Welcome back, creatives. So it's exactly a week since Valentine's Day. It is better to give than to receive. So if you didn't receive any gift or anything, I hope you did give gifts because that would interpret that you care and also make you feel better about yourself. And don't worry, for the single Pringles, this too shall pass. It's a phase and it will pass, I think. But while you're waiting for it to pass, remember to mingle so you don't stay single forever. But I am not your relationship coach, so I didn't come here to talk about relationships. I came here to talk about tech. And today, I'm going to be talking about one very popular and important tech in the industry right now, which is AI. And guess what? I will be demystifying the concept of AI. So we're going to break it down into smaller particles that we can digest and understand. So then, what is AI? Well, we all know that AI is simply the science of having machines, computers, think like humans. I always like to kind of emphasize on this. Artificial intelligence is more like a mirror to the human intelligence, which is the natural intelligence. So it is making these technologies, computers, machines think like we humans because we have the real, the natural, the original intelligence. So now we have several kinds of AI, and AI has existed years and times before now. We have the traditional AI. Let me give you an example of a traditional AI. So when you're typing on your phone and you probably want to type I am, it's going to now give you suggestions of probably I am fine, I am well, I am okay. That is AI at work. It's giving you suggestion based on what you're typing to complete your sentence. That is a traditional AI. Another type of traditional AI that has been in existence and has been in use is the voice assistant. We have Alexa, we have Siri, we have Google Assistant, and they are smart but not very much responsive. Another type of AI, aside the traditional AI, is the generative AI. So the generative AI generates more text than what it's actually given. It can generate more content based on a simple prompt, hence the word generative. But a type of generative AI is the GPT, which is generative pre-trained transformer. Let me explain something. So AI in itself is like a child. Let's liken AI to a child, a kid. So the kid sees what you're doing and then tries to do what you're doing. Or the kid sees how you talk and then tries to talk the way you talk. Here's the thing about children. You're not given the manual on how to talk when they're born or how to walk. When you're born, they see these things and then they learn how to do it. That's how AIs are. So we have the neural network. This deals with numbers, and any text can be interpreted or represented in numbers. And so neural network deals in numbers, and when you type a text in, it converts it to numbers, converts it back to a number before giving you the output text for that. And that's how the large language model works. So the large language model is trained with a large amount of data, and this data is usually unsupervised. I mean, that's how children learn. The first few years of their life, you're not sure of the things they're picking up from you. They're just learning how to walk, learning how to say mommy, learning how to say daddy. And it feels like, yeah, this is really good. You're learning the right words, but you do not know the other things you're learning from you. And so the first steps in the GPT learning is it's usually takes in unsupervised data, or it's fed unsupervised data just to have a lot in its arsenal. Just give it data because you're trying to teach the AI. It's an artificial intelligence. It's like a kid. It needs to learn. But guess what? It won't learn on its own. You have to feed it data for it to be able to generate content or responses accordingly. So first of all, the data fed is usually unsupervised for the first instance. Then we have what we call back propagation. So just like a child, it's going to make mistakes, and Now you then have to correct it and tweak its responses. This is called backpropagation. You want to make sure that it's giving accurate information based on all the data that it has been fed. So it's like correcting a child. No, you don't put your hand in fire, it's wrong. You don't do that, it's wrong. Then we have the third thing we have is reinforcement learning. And you want to do this with humans in the loop. Reinforcement learning is done with humans in the loop. And that's why I think last night, just to make sure I confirm my claim, I asked ChatGPT to tell me how to make a bomb. And it says I can't assist with that. So having humans in the loop would actually help the GPT understand the things to say and the things not to. Here, it's not like it doesn't have data on how to make a bomb. It just wouldn't tell you that. It's like a child. You tell the child, do not say this. And it understands that you're older than I am or you're my guardian. I wouldn't say that. So reinforcement learning is done with humans in the loop so that it would understand and it can eliminate certain biases. It's not like they're not biases because now the amount of information that it is being fed might be biased to a certain race, a certain culture, and that would now still involve backpropagation where it has to be tweaked and corrected over and over again, then reinforce learning with humans in the loop. So there is GPT, like I started with, the GPT generative pre-trained transformer. The generative, it's its ability to come up with several amounts of data based on a simple prompt. Then the pre-trained is it is trained on data. It doesn't just know what to say or what to do. It does that from the amount of data it has already taken in. So we have the transformers. The transformers are neural networks. They are architectures that use self-learning, and so this helps the GPT or the AI to focus on a certain input text during processing, trying to give you a response. So it helps gives more concise information. But then again, it's AI, it's like a child. It needs to keep learning and it needs to keep getting corrected. So I think a lot of people have these questions. Would AI replace me in the coming years? Would AI take away my job in the coming years? Half and half. So AI is not going to be able to replace anybody who's doing too well at your job. Reason being that for AI, we still need people to actually prompt these machines. So if you're good at prompting an AI and getting the information you need, you're not going anywhere. You're going to still stay in the system. So you want to learn how to prompt AI to give good responses. That's called prompt engineering. It's an actual thing right now. And if you are a content developer, I do not see a space whereby these things or these roles go into extinction for the humans, because when we feed the AI several data and it gives us several responses, we still need humans to put in information into the field, into the internet over there, because AI should not feed on AI based data. It should feed on human data. So we still need people to write. I just believe that if you're good enough at your job, AI is not replacing you anytime. But if you're not, yes, it would replace you very quick. It's a generative model. Right now we have the generative AI, and so it's going to generate content that pretty much seem precise and concise in a few minutes, while you have to take days to work on it. So you want to be the best at what you do, at the top of your game, to seem irreplaceable by AI. So there are a lot of ethical considerations about this AI, which I have thought about several times. So things like, would AI take over the world? Well, we are the natural intelligence. We are humans. We have the human intelligence, and so we are the one programming the system to have artificial intelligence based on the data we feed it. So the only time that this would seem like a threat to people in society is when it's not fed like a balanced diet. So you want to give your AI, your pre-trained model, once you're training it, enough information about several cultures and several people, races, to make it seem unbiased. You don't want a biased system because now that would affect people using it. For instance, I'm black, I'm a Nigerian, so it means I come from the continent Africa. And if I use a GPT, an AI that was not trained on data model from my side of the world, or the way it was trained, it makes my side of the world look like criminals. I would feel offended, I'd feel attacked when I use such AI because it's a child. It doesn't know when not to say something. It answers the question as it interprets it. So, and that's where the back propagation happens again. Because just because it answers the question the way it interprets it doesn't mean it's right. You want to check that over and over again. So, there's something about AI that we still need to understand. Like I earlier mentioned, and I've been mentioning, AI is like a child. So, that's the concept raising. It's like a child that sees, that learns. So there are different types of AI coming up right now. Initially, we had GPT 3.5 and now we have GPT 4. And trust me, the gap in smartness, responsiveness, and actual work that it can do is really much. But it depends on what you're doing and what you can pay for. So you can pay for, I use 3.5 because I'm still trying to maintain my natural intelligence. But there's GPT-4 and it's just amazing. If you are interested, you pay for it. There's that on ChatGPT, that's OpenAI, and I think Bing Copilot uses GPT-4, so you can also use that. But then there are different types of AI. We have the text-to-text AI. So like ChatGPT now, I ask it, when is Valentine's Day? Text to text. So that we have text to speech AI. It would generate a speech with a voice for you. You even get to choose tone, gender that's actually saying it. We have text to image. We have several kinds of AI, and the AI field, the AI ecosystem is still growing. In the next few years, it's going to be more revolutionary than it is right now. So if you have interest in AI, you really want to go into this. And mind you, you must not know how to code. Sometimes it's just being a prompt engineer. You want to know how to prompt these systems to give you accurate answers, and you have something on your hands that people are willing to pay for. So if you want to get into AI, I would always advise you do your research and you listen to Ruthie Speaks. So I think that would be all. If you have any questions, kindly drop it in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer. Until next time, bye.